This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
A quiet day today in the weather department, but we have this deep low pressure system that's going to impact us this weekend. All of those details coming up.
A fitting tribute to a man that lived his life on the football field. How schools across the state plan to remember West Washington coach Philip Bousman.
A Hoosier tradition will light up the Circle City tonight. We're breaking down everything you need to know before heading to the Circle of Lights.
And before the lights come on, shoppers are flooding local stores to get the best deal of the season. We're live this morning catching up with those braving the crowds to see what they're searching for.
More shoppers than ever plan to purchase their gifts online. We're working for you with why promises of free shipping may end up costing you so you don't waste your money.
And it is 6 o'clock. Good morning to you and welcome to Good Morning Indiana on this Friday, November 29th, Black Friday. I'm Lauren Casey.
I'm Rafael Sanchez. Our friend Meredith Barrick has a day off. Our other friend has quite a deal on this Black Friday. Alyssa Donovan has your forecast. Alyssa, give us something good with no strings attached.
Okay, so there are strings attached. I'm sorry, but we're going to have a good day. I know. A good day for people heading out for any Black Friday shopping in terms of it's just going to be quiet outside. A little gloomy today, so you won't mind kind of spending that time indoors and doing your shopping because we're not going to see any sunshine. Temperatures starting this morning in the 30s. Doesn't feel too cool outside, but you still want that warmer jacket as you head out the door. We also have some patchy drizzle across the area, so just be aware of that as you head out. You could see some slick roadways because there's a little bit of sleet mixed in there as well. Most of that patchy drizzle is to the northwest of us, continuing to see that develop right around Lafayette. That's where we're seeing most of that sleet moving across I-65. So just keep that in mind as you head out on the roads this morning if you are planning to do any of that Black Friday shopping. Looking ahead to the weekend, we have this deep low pressure system just off to our west. That's starting to build and develop. That's going to track across the Midwest tonight, and then that's going to bring us a lot of activity this weekend. By Saturday, potential of heavy downpours at times, maybe even an afternoon thunderstorm, looking at 1 to 2 inches of rainfall possible just on Saturday. And then Sunday, we have the potential of a rain-snow mix late in the day.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Let's take a look right now at your roads. No problems down here in Greenwood. Maybe you're heading to the Greenwood Park Mall or areas there around here. This is the Main Street exit. No problems for your commute. Everything's traveling up to speed. So let's take a look at our traffic now map. No crashes to report around the metro area this morning. So let's take a look up here in Hamilton County, starting you off at State Road 38, heading all the way down to I-465. No issues, a 17-minute drive. We'll continue to keep a close eye on those roads, of course, and we'll keep you updated.
The time now is 6:02. It is the morning that shoppers across central Indiana have been waiting for. The sales. This is Black Friday.
Yeah, and those early and up this morning are looking to get some of the best deals of the season.
Our Kelsey Anderson is also out looking for the best deals of the season in Noblesville, in Hamilton County. Good morning, Kelsey. And Kelsey, you know, Meredith took the day off. Todd took the day off. So maybe they're among you in those aisles. See if you can find them.
Well, I haven't seen Meredith or Todd here yet, but these deals, this is what everyone's here for. And what I really like about this is I think that Black Friday shopping should be done on Black Friday and not on Thanksgiving Day. Now, of course, Cabela's was opened yesterday, but they have special deals just for today, and that's what all these people are here for. The store's open this morning at 5 a.m. We've seen dog beds for $10, GPS systems for $400, which I guess is a good deal. But as you can see here, that big orange balloon, that guy, he's got the toughest job here. He's on balloon duty, and that signals the end of the checkout line. So I don't know if you can see it from here, Jonathan, but the checkout line is all the way on the other side of the building. So I guess if you're a Black Friday shopper, you've got to be prepared to stand in line. As we showed you earlier in the 5:30 hour, that people who were standing outside all morning are now standing in line once again to wait in the firearm line, which is taking quite some time. So again, I guess if you're out Black Friday shopping, you have to have patience, not only in the stores, on the roads, patience all around if you really want to get those good deals. For now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
A good day to practice patience. Kelsey, thank you so much. New overnight, one person is fighting for his life after an early morning shooting. The shooting happened on East 21st Street near Midhofer on the city's east side. Police tell us when they arrived on the scene, they found the person shot. The victim was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. We'll bring you the very latest information on this developing story when it comes in. We continue to learn new information information surrounding a deadly shooting, this one in Hendricks County. Authorities say that 61-year-old Dean Marr was found shot to death inside his home near Brownsburg on Wednesday night. Deputies initially were called to the home about a burglary. Detectives believe that someone also started a fire, a small fire, inside that home. No other injuries were reported. Now, this morning, police have no information about a suspect. Dr. Marr graduated from DePaul University and the IU School of Medicine. He worked with OrthoIndy in Indianapolis and Fishers.
This morning, 2 Scott County deputies are facing drug charges after allegedly dealing illegal steroids. State troopers arrested Deputy Joe Baker following a tip from Scott County Sheriff. Baker faces 3 felony counts, including conspiracy to deal in steroids, official misconduct, and needle possession charges. Investigators say they believe the pair used steroids for weightlifting.
Related to the use for, I believe, body enhancement as far as weightlifting, that type of a substance.
Scott County Reserve Deputy Philip Thomas is facing a misdemeanor drug possession charge related to this case. State police are looking into whether more people are involved.
The Hoosier Lottery says it's seeing record sales and sending more money to Indiana's tax reserves. Data shows the lottery paid about $859 million in prizes just last year. That's an increase of $797 million in 2017. Now, in September, Indiana joined a number of states in legalizing sports betting. IGT Indiana, which largely runs the state lottery, is studying the effectiveness of those online games.
If you're looking to grow your family this Black Friday, the Humane Society for Hamilton County has some deals for you. That shelter is offering adult pet adoptions for just $10 and adoption fees of $20 for kittens and younger than 6 months. The Humane Society says it has more than 250 animals right now. Adoption fees include spaying and neutering, vaccines, a microchip, a bag of food, and a wellness exam. The shelter is open today from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m.
It is an Indianapolis tradition that thousands of people look forward to every single year. Here's a live look at Monument Circle this morning, where the stage is set for the 57th annual Circle of Lights celebration. The Soldiers and Sailors Monument will be lit into a giant Christmas tree, always quite the spectacle. During the celebration, there will be an encore performance of the new Signature Salute light show. Then the switch will be flipped just before 8. If you plan on heading downtown tonight, you'll want to be aware of some traffic tie-ups. Meridian Street between Monument Circle and Pearl Street remain closed until 11:30 tonight. And Monument Circle and all the spokes leading into it will close at 8 this morning and reopen at midnight. And Washington Street between Pennsylvania Street and Illinois will close at 4 this afternoon and reopen at 11:30 tonight. Indigo says the Red Line will have normal operation during the event, but riders should expect a delay. Now listen, a lot of information, all of this is on the RTV6 app as well as our website, theindychannel.com.
Have fun out there. Today, football fields all across the state are turning their lights on, and it's also remember a football coach who died this past week. West Washington Athletic Director and football coach Philip Bausman died on Monday from complications from a stroke. Bausman was coaching his team at the semi-state game against Indy's Lutheran when the stroke happened. To remember Coach Bausman, West Washington schools and his family have asked all schools in the Hoosier State to turn on their football field lights starting this morning until after his funeral, which is scheduled for tomorrow.
New this morning, an Indiana holiday tradition will not return to the tracks this season. The Polar Bear Express, operated by the Indiana Transportation Museum, runs between Logansport and Kokomo. Logansport's mayor says the museum could not reach an agreement with a railroad company to use its rail line. More than 14,000 people rode that train when it debuted in Logansport back in 2017. The train ran from Noblesville to about 20 years until officials didn't renew the museum's lease amid a dispute over the safety of the tracks along the train route.
An Oklahoma toddler saved by a deputy after falling out of the back of a van. Now at 6:15, why the officer says he was just put in the right place at the right time.
Then all new at 6:20, we're working for you with a shopping list safety alert. We're looking at the smart devices putting your personal and private information at risk. But first, let's check in with your forecast right now with Alyssa. Good morning.
Good morning. It is a nice quiet day for anyone heading out for any of that Black Friday shopping, but changes are on the way. They're starting tonight and they move in tomorrow. We have plenty of rain on the way. Also a rain-snow mix on Sunday. I'll break down everything you need to know coming up.
Find it for less at Ross. Yes, for less.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. Time right now is 6:11. It's your Black Friday, and we're keeping a close eye on traffic. No problems in the Fishers area. I-69 at 106th Street. Traffic here is moving along up to speed.
The time now is 6:12, and Hong Kong is braced for more pro-democracy protests this weekend as police finish cleaning up the Polytech University. They're expected to hand that campus back to university management after protesters occupied that for 2 weeks. During their sweeps, police found more than 3,000 petrol bombs. Meanwhile, protesters are celebrating after President Trump signed legislation supporting their movement. This morning, China is accusing the U.S. of backing whom they call violent criminals.
As government officials worry China is using the popular app TikTok to spy on the U.S., one teen's video is getting blocked for condemning how China is treating Muslims. In it, the New Jersey teen urges people to inform themselves on the topic, calling it, quote, another Holocaust. China has reportedly detained up to 1 million minority Muslims in prison-like detention centers. Chinese officials say their vocational sites aimed at training and skills development. The TikTok video addressing the issue was taken down for about an hour on Wednesday. It has since been restored by the app.
Just a day after officials confirmed the remains found in southern Alabama were those of Anaya Blanchard, her stepfather. Walt Harris is posting a message for her on Instagram. In that post, Harris writes to his sweet baby girl and how she changed his life. He says in part, quote, I just want to thank you for helping me change my life for the better, for teaching me to be a man and a better father, for being my biggest fan, win, lose, or draw, end quote. Blanchard's remains were found on Monday in Shorter, Alabama, east of Montgomery. The area is about a 40-minute drive from where she was last seen alive. Several people have been arrested in Blanchard's disappearance. Officials say additional charges are expected soon.
At 6:14, a quick-thinking Oklahoma deputy keeping a terrifying accident from becoming a tragedy. Take a look here. Tulsa County Deputy John Harris was in the perfect spot to save the day. His body cam video shows the moment that a 2-year-old girl fell out of a van on Monday night. Deputy Harris says he was only about 20 to 30 feet away in the middle of a traffic stop, so that's when he took off running into the road, putting his own life in danger to save that child.
She was just terrified. She had no idea. I mean, she's 2 years old. She had no idea what had just happened to her. And as I scoop her up, she just looks up at me, and I'll just never forget that face.
Luckily, the girl only received a few cuts and scrapes. Her mother admitted to officers that the child and her siblings were not in car seats or wearing seat belts. She was ticketed for this incident.
Mother Nature had a snowy surprise for some people in Southern California on Thanksgiving. The city of Palmdale, north of Los Angeles, got up to 5 inches of snow so far and counting. Forecasters say that Palmdale usually sees snowfall once every 3 years or so, but they say they haven't seen this much since 2011. Similar conditions are expected today. Some nearby mountains, which have higher elevations, have received up to 2 feet of snow over the last couple of days. Now, we hope to get snow here at some point yet again, Alyssa, but not this weekend. We want to make sure that people get to grandma's and back in time. It can snow on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, well, you might be in luck because we do have the potential of a rain-snow mix in there. Okay. But I want to show you that system that's impacting California right now and bringing them that snow. That is the same system that's going to impact us this weekend. So it's continuing to develop there along the southwest, and that's going to continue to build as it moves towards the Midwest as we head through the day today and into tomorrow. So today what it's going to do is just bring us a lot of cloud coverage, but by tomorrow we are going to see quite a bit of moisture associated with that system because it's feeding from the Gulf right now. So as it moves in tomorrow, it is going to bring a lot of moisture. We're looking at the potential of 1 to 2 inches of rainfall with this passing system on Saturday. So that's quite a bit from one system. By the afternoon Saturday, also the potential of a little bit of instability building. What does that mean? Potential for some thunderstorms. As that passes through, we'll see a little bit of a break on Sunday morning before we see this cold air behind it where we're seeing that snow. That's going to pass through on Sunday night. It's going to start as rain in the afternoon and then switch to a rain-snow mix, possibly to just snow snow by early Monday morning. So just be aware your Monday morning commute could be impacted by this system that's impacting us over the weekend. So taking a look at that weekend forecast, 49 for the high. So we're going to see that warm air in place. That's why we're going to start with those rain showers on Saturday. Also some windy conditions as that starts to creep in. 46 on Sunday. We're starting to see that cool air associated with that system that's moving through. We're going to see start with rain and then switch to that rain snow mix overnight into early Monday morning. Today, though, we have to get through that Black Friday shopping, and the forecast is looking pretty nice for that. We're starting in the 30s this morning. A little bit of patchy drizzle to the north with cloudy skies expected really throughout the day. So here's a look at that patchy drizzle this morning that you will encounter if you head to the northwest. We are seeing some of that moving through Indianapolis right now, but most of the activity this morning has been isolated to those northwest counties right around Lafayette. We're also seeing a little bit of sleet mixed in there as well. So if you're heading that direction, could encounter some slick roadways. The rest of the day, that's going to clear out quickly, and we are going to see cloudy skies. Highs today only creeping up into the low 40s. So we're only going to climb about 2 or 3 degrees from our morning lows to our daytime highs. So it's not going to feel too cool outside. Still recommend grabbing that warmer coat if you plan on standing in any of those lines outdoors today, because it is going to start feeling cool as long as you are out there for a little while. Today, 42 for the high. Tomorrow, those rain showers move in, those small chances of storms in the afternoon, and then Sunday will start a little drier in the morning, and then we'll see that rain move in the afternoon, switching to a rain snow mix in the evening, overnight into early Monday morning. Monday, that cold front really will impact us, and we're going to start cool for the work week.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. We're keeping a close eye on traffic as you're heading out maybe to work or your Black Friday destinations. And this is a live look right now in Fishers. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. It's I-69 at 106th Street. You can see traffic is moving along just fine, northbound and southbound this morning. No issues to slow you down. No crashes to report around the metro area. So let's take a look at some drive times heading southbound on I-65 this morning. From up here in Whitestown, State Road 267 down to I-70 at the North Split. Traffic there is traveling up to speed. Well, if you think the Thanksgiving feast you whipped up was good enough to land in a cookbook, here is your chance. Airbnb is launching a global search for the world's best 100 cooks. The company will treat them to a trip to Italy. There they'll get to cook with celebrity chef David Chang and his mom. Each cook's best recipe will also be featured in Airbnb's first cookbook. Applications to enter the contest are now online and will end on at the end of December, rather. I'm looking forward to that cookbook. I bet that'll be pretty good.
Yeah, it'll be kind of some good recipes in there.
Yes. Well, chances are some popular devices are on your shopping list.
But Mozilla is warning shoppers about some devices that could come with severe privacy concerns. The Ring Indoor Cam made Mozilla's super creepy list. Mozilla says it's not clear if the devices use encryption. Another device on the creepy list is Amazon's Echo Show. Mozilla says because this smart speaker can snoop through the camera and microphone regardless of which ones you own. Data security experts say everyone is at risk of having private information breached, so be smart about how you manage your devices.
You know, another thing people can consider doing is turning off their smart devices when they're really truly not using them and plug them in when they are. So our Amazon devices, the Echoes, the ones that we get from Google, etc. If you don't need them on all the time, don't have them on all the time.
So as for your passwords, make sure you're picking something that's at least 24 carats long for devices that you access remotely. Also, make sure none of them have default passwords.
All right, well, one item is expected to be a big seller this holiday season, and it is Christmas trees. According to the National Christmas Tree Association, Americans bought more trees last year and are expected to again this year. Real trees saw a larger rise than fake ones, with 20% sales spike in 2018. Experts say the demand is fueled by millennials who are starting their own families and traditions. It's also becoming more common for people to buy more than one tree for their homes.
But you're done, right? You're done with all your Christmas.
Yeah, of course.
Millions of Americans will have holiday gifts delivered right to their door. But coming up at 6:27, right here on Good Morning Indiana, we're taking a look at why those promised free shipping offers may not be so free after all.
And we do want to take a live look at shoppers hoping to get some good deals at Menards on Pendleton Pike. Good morning to you guys. This is another store that usually sees plenty of shoppers waiting in line.
Pardon me, excuse me.
Yes, our Shea Goodpaster, who's walking around here, typically giving us a dash cam view from our live drive vehicle behind the wheel. Well, he is driving from the shopping cart this morning. Shea says that the crowds are heavy, but he's not seeing any issues at that store so far. Always a hot spot. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Is this the line? Excuse me, pardon me.
Whoa.
Hey, what's happening there?
Museum. Open now.
So you're bound to learn something every time you look at the trending 6 because it's something sometimes could be odd or interesting. In this case, first story is as freaky as it is fascinating. You see, Russian scientists found an 18,000-year-old frozen puppy.
Oh.
Yeah, in eastern Siberia. The canine was preserved by permafrost, so its nose, teeth, and fur are all still intact.
Wow.
They used carbon dating to determine its age and still have more tests to run. They say they have yet to pin down if the canine is a dog or possibly even a wolf.
That is very odd. And speaking, Raphael, of odd discoveries, a relaxing hobby turned into a potentially explosive situation. This story's from Michigan. Joseph Alexander was magnet fishing off a Grand Rapids bridge when he snagged something highly unusual, a World War I era grenade to be exact.
Wow.
Authorities determined the explosive, a German mortar called the Granatenwerfer, I believe is how you pronounce it. It was genuine and it was took away to be destroyed later on. Alexander says he hasn't found anything exciting that day before the discovery, and it was literally found on his last throw of the day. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's a problem. It's not the night that the lights went out in Georgia, but the afternoon the lights went out in Detroit. Country musicians Brothers Osborne were a few notes into their first song during the halftime show of the Bears-Lions game when everything, you saw it there, went dark. The lights were only out for a few moments before they came back on. The Lions say they're working with the electric company to figure out what happened. Of course, we saw some of that earlier this week because of the wind, so we're not going to judge or hate on them.
Yeah.
We'll let them figure it out.
No judgment from here in Indianapolis.
Things happen. Things happen in Detroit. We love you, so you figure it out.
They're just jamming and like,
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, my goodness.
How are you? You're all good today, yeah?
I'm good. And, you know, the nice thing is I don't have to talk about those winds anymore.
Yeah, no winds.
They're a thing of the past. We have some calm conditions today.
Okay.
We do not have a calm weekend, though. That's the bad news. So today, as you head out, I know a lot of you are going to do that Black Friday shopping today. I recommend grabbing that hat and gloves. It's not going to feel too cool outside because we have those clouds insulating us from that dry air that's moved into place. And a medium or heavy jacket would be good as well, just because we are going to see those temperatures in the 30s this morning, 40s by the afternoon. And looking ahead today, we are going to see cloudy skies, a little morning drizzle out there as you head out the door as well.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Well, a record number of shoppers plan to do most of their holiday shopping online this year. It's pretty easy. And one of the reasons actually is that free shipping.
Working for you, John Mattery's found a catch with some of those offers so that you don't waste your money.
When we're ordering our holiday gifts, one of the things most of us now look for is free shipping. It's almost standard if you were an Amazon Prime member. But sometimes, if you choose free shipping, you could end up paying more. Walmart, Target, Amazon, and more. Almost all major retailers are offering free shipping this 2019 holiday season. Why? Because it gets us to buy more. According to NerdWallet.com, Target may have the best deal this season. There's no minimum purchase required to qualify for free until December 21st. Amazon Prime also has no minimum for Prime members, but Prime costs $119 a year, so make sure you order enough to make it worthwhile. Walmart still requires a $35 purchase for fast free shipping. But from the Doesn't That Stink file, higher prices on some free shipping items, which leaves you paying more. NerdWallet found a pair of Nike running shoes on one site with free shipping for $65, but it found the same shoes for just $49 at JCPenney if you paid an $8.95 shipping fee. In the end, the free shipping deal would have cost you $8 more and had you saying, "Doesn't that stink?" So take your time comparing prices. On some sites, free shipping may have been added into the price of the product. So when comparing deals, don't ignore one just because the words free shipping don't pop up. That may be the better deals. You don't waste your money. Working for you, I'm John Matteries. Good morning, Indiana.
John, thank you. For more cost-saving tips and ideas, you can visit the money section of our website, theindychannel.com.
Now on Good Morning Indiana on this Black Friday, here's a look at your 6:30 news feed. Investigators in Hendricks County are still looking for a suspect after a doctor was shot and killed inside his home. Dean Marr was found dead Wednesday night. Detectives believe someone also started a small fire inside of that home. Dr. Marr worked for Ortho Indy in Indianapolis and Fishers.
Metro Police are investigating a shooting that left one person in critical condition. This happened around 1 o'clock this morning on East 21st Street near Midhoffer Road. We're still working to find out this morning more information on what led to that gunfire.
Here's a call for help. A limousine company on the city's southwest side sharing these surveillance videos to help someone recognizes the thieves who stole the catalytic converters out of some of the company's vehicles. The suspected thieves were caught on camera overnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning at the Unique Limousine Company.
And some tough news now for Colts fans as wide receiver T.Y. Hilton is out for this Sunday's game against the Tennessee Titans. The team says Hilton suffered a setback in recovering from a calf injury. Earlier this week, we also learned that top running back Marlon Mack and tight end Eric Ebron would also be out with injuries.
They call it the Super Bowl for shoppers. It is Friday here on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Rafael Sanchez. Good morning to you.
Yes, and I'm Lauren Casey. Meredith has the day off. I talked to her last night, already doing a little shopping, so good for her.
She had a plan today.
Yes.
She's ready.
Yeah. Todd is also off, and that's why we have Alyssa Donovan with us here right now to talk about our Black Friday forecast and look ahead to that weekend.
Yes, and so the Black Friday forecast is not too bad. That's the good news. The weekend is when things get a little dicey. You might not like me as much when I start talking about that, but if you're heading out the door this morning, not too bad. The only real impact today, this morning, would be a little bit of patchy drizzle. That's mainly to the northwest. We're seeing a sort of mix of sleet in there as well, so if you're heading that direction, you might encounter some slicker roadways. Temperatures today will be right around 40 degrees by the noon hour, so I would grab a warm jacket, maybe a hat and gloves. It's not going to feel too cool outside, but if you are standing in any lines outside today, it will start to feel cool after a little while. So to the north of us, we have those showers moving through, those really more drizzle-like conditions, and we are seeing some of that sleet as well. What's happening next is we have this system all the way off to our west that's impacting California right now. That's going to move across the Midwest today, and as it does, we'll start to see some showers overnight, and then we are going to see showers this weekend on Saturday, and then a rain-snow mix on Sunday.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much for keeping a close eye on traffic as folks are heading out for their Black Friday. This is I-69 and 106th Street up in Fishers. No problems on your interstates around the area, so let's head inside. This is a live shot from our photographer, Shea Goodpaster. He's at the Menards off Pendleton Pike, and Menards always a hot spot on Black Friday. Look at that guy's cart right there, all those stools. We know that they're closed on Thanksgiving Day, so they open their doors at 6 a.m., so it's a hot spot for a number of things. Tools. They have food, Raphael. Toys are on sale. Some of these toys I'm seeing for $2.99. So can't beat that for the kiddos. So Shay, I know you got a lot of kids. Hopefully you're out there putting a few items in your cart right now as you're shopping. It looks like those folks are having some successes. Some full carts there at Menards.
It is Black Friday. People have been up for hours looking for those special deals, hoping to get that big bargain and save a whole lot of money.
Oh my gosh, and one of our favorite spots also to check out is the Cabela's store, and that is where our Kelsey Anderson is live this morning. Kelsey, what are people putting in their carts? What are the best deals out there this morning?
They're putting all kinds of stuff in their carts. We've got dog beds, of course, firearms. We're here at Cabela's. I've seen GPS systems, sweatshirts, all kinds of good stuff. And like I said earlier, we were out here this morning, and they said people were here at 1 a.m. standing in line, waiting to get in. They were the first ones here. And I'm here, and I'm telling you, people here at Cabela's, this is a well-oiled machine. Things are going very smoothly this morning.
Yes, they are. Everyone is getting through the line very quickly today. We couldn't be more pleased with how fast the lines are moving today. Haven't had any complaints. It's been a great day so far.
And what kind of preparations do you guys do for Black Friday?
Black Friday preparation starts months in advance, and we work a lot of really hard hours for the last couple weeks getting everybody, getting everything set, getting everything in place, making sure everything is ready for today. So when we open up the doors, it can be a very, very smooth transaction for everybody.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I think Black Friday shopping should only be done on Black Friday. So you guys are open on Thanksgiving Day, but you have special deals just for Friday.
Correct. We have a 5-day sale right now, but we are open on Thanksgiving. And then we have some Black Friday sales are just 6 hours this morning from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. And those are your really, really hot items that we have out there right now.
All right, perfect. Well, I'll let you get back to work. You guys seem busy here this morning. So, again, we're here at Cabela's. Things are going smoothly here. People, the line, we showed you at 6 that the line was all the way in the back. You can see that orange balloon now is just right there, right here at the register. So not a big line right now here at Cabela's. They're getting things under control. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
I love how they have the balloon there for the end of the line. Very helpful for all the shoppers out there. Kelsey, thank you so much. Well, thousands of runners got their Thanksgiving started early to raise money to help the homeless. These funds go to Help Wheeler Mission to feed, clothe, and shelter those in need right here in Indianapolis. 20,000 people participated in this year's race, including this guy, our own Todd Clausen. And hey, we talked to him last night, and he said that things went well. Congrats, TK.
Now the time now is 6:34. An effort to save the lives of Hoosiers facing medical emergencies had more than 3,000 people starting their Thanksgiving with a 5K race. The Bolt for the Heart Run in Carmel raised money to make sure every sheriff's office in Indiana is rescue ready. That means equipping every cruiser with an AED. We spoke to 2 women whose lives were changed in a matter of minutes after going into cardiac arrest unexpectedly. For them, this mission hits close to home.
My husband found me unresponsive in our home. I was 29 at the time.
Every step I take today, I'm thinking about I get to spend the holidays with the people I love most.
Last year, Bolt for the Heart raised enough money to place 134 AEDs in the vehicles of Indiana State Police.
Now that we're past Thanksgiving, it's time for the Children's Museum of Indianapolis to get into the holiday spirit. Santa and his elves are coming to town later this morning. The elves are planning to make a big entrance, rappelling from the museum's roof, and then Santa's going to zoom in on an Indy car driven by our buddy Tony Kanaan. Inside, the kids can ride down the 47-foot long Yule slide and create free holiday crafts. Also enjoy a free cup of hot chocolate. Santa's big arrival will start at 8:30 this morning. The holiday events continue until 10 o'clock. Looking pretty festive there.
I'd volunteer to rappel next year.
I want to see you do that.
Yeah, and this weekend is the last to vote for Christmas at the Zoo Best Zoo Lights. This is the 5th year that the Indianapolis Zoo has been nominated for the USA Today's Reader's Choice Top 10 list. The display has finished in the top 5 3 times, and this year they still need your help to reach #1. You can find a link to the vote in this story in the RTV6 app. The contest runs through Monday, December the 2nd. You can vote daily until then. Let's make Indy Zoo #1 because it is #1. Come on.
Well, when you go to check out one production of the Nutcracker, you may find the stage and say, hey, look, I know that guy. Not anyone in this shot, though. He's in the party scene. We're going to explain that coming up after the break.
Is receiving.
This time of the year, family traditions are on full display, whether it's at a place of worship, Raphael, or enjoying the twinkling lights at the zoo or out by the track, or maybe the Yuletide celebration here downtown.
So this season really brings people together, and that could involve dancing dolls, toy soldiers, or maybe even the Nutcracker. The music, the movements, and the majesty of the Nutcracker, a story that captures the spirit of the season.
Well, it's about a girl that has a dream that she is in a land, a very magical land, and she's with a lot of magical people.
About 100 performers from the Indianapolis Ballet bring this production to life.
It's just a huge spectacle, and the holiday spirit is in full force.
This is Chris Lingner's 8th year with the show. The Indy native hopes it will spark a connection with the audience, especially his fellow Hoosiers.
This really is their Indianapolis Ballet, and it's a homegrown production, and it's for them, and just to be really proud that we have something like this in our city.
This place is also home to the Indianapolis Ballet Orchestra. They were added 4 years ago, a delight to those who enjoy live music and this timeless classic.
There's still magic in the world, and that people are connected to each other.
For those watching, it's an escape to a world where dreams come alive, love conquers fear, and heavenly memories are made.
It is a beautiful show. The Nutcracker is playing tonight and this Saturday and Sunday at the Old National Center here in Indianapolis. Those performances are usually in mid-December, but it was forced to a change this year because the musical Hamilton will soon set up at the Mirage. And by the way, little plug, if you kind of see me as part of the cast in the first 45 minutes.
Yes.
See if you can spot me. How about that?
Okay, perfect. I went last year to watch you and everyone there in the cast. An incredible show.
It is fun.
A great family tradition.
No tutu.
We'll just go ahead and let people know that right now. All right, Raphael, thank you so much. Well, the state calls itself Pure Michigan, but it may have some more nicknames starting this weekend. We're going to show you what's going on sale just a few days from now.
Okay, and this story has nothing to do with Michigan. So if you get one, you shouldn't feel badly. And if you give one, you shouldn't feel guilty. We'll take you to the do's and don'ts of re-gifting this holiday season. But first, let's check in with Alyssa Donovan and the forecast. Alyssa, good morning.
Good morning. So we are going to see a quiet day today, but a cloudy day, and those clouds are ahead of this deep low pressure system that's going to impact us this weekend. I'll have all the details coming up next.
Geodis is a hiring Hoosiers partner.
Time right now is 6:44 here on your Black Friday. Taking a look at traffic as you're heading out there, maybe to do some shopping early this morning. No problems here on the northeast side. Here's a live look at I-465 and I-69. Traffic is picking up, though, as you can see. Wow. The good news, Raphael, no crashes to report around the metro area. Yeah, a lot of shoppers out there today. Well, you may notice some people headed to the state line to our north this weekend, and that's because legal marijuana sales are about to begin in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, so for the first time, marijuana will be legal for recreational use in that state. Regulators warn that consumers will likely see long lines, high prices, and product shortages in the first couple of months. Adults must be 21 or over to buy the marijuana. So far, 6 retailers have been licensed to sell in Michigan starting on Sunday. Illinois will soon follow with sales beginning next month. A reminder, just in case you don't know, it is still illegal to bring that marijuana back to Indiana from Michigan. Now, did you notice your Facebook or your Instagram acting a little slow yesterday? I did, as you were trying to post all of those pictures of that beautiful turkey and your beautiful family. If you noticed that slowdown, you were not alone. Facebook says it's restored service to users after an hour-long outage that disrupted many users' ability to access its content. The company says the outage was caused by a problem in one of its central software systems. Now, parts of Instagram were also affected. Its news feed was slow to refresh, and Instagram users had trouble uploading many pictures.
It's always a big panic when that happens. Yikes. All right, well, as we told you, shoppers are off to the races. This Black Friday, they're trying to beat everyone else to get those best Christmas bargains. Well, more than 165 million people are expected to shop over the 5-day Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And nearly half of that number will do it in the old-fashioned way, shopping inside of a store. The holiday shopping stress is that they have big promises to deliver more of their orders within 24 hours because customers are clicking the buy button. Today marks the first true test of if those promises can be kept. The two companies hired thousands of extra workers to get those packages to your door on time.
So let's think global, because Black Friday might be a good time to really buy some smartphones and laptops, and that's because they may soon cost more if the U.S. and China fail to wrap up their trade talks. Pressure is building on both sides to complete a limited trade agreement by December the 15th. If they don't, new tariffs will kick in on most electronics made in China, which could mean higher prices.
If you're looking for a different sort of gift this Black Friday, the Humane Society of Hamilton County has some deal for you. The shelter is offering adult pet adoptions for $10, adoption fees of $20 for kittens younger than 6 months. The Humane Society says it has more than 250 animals right now. Adoption fees include spay or neutering, vaccines, a microchip, a bag of food, and a wellness exam. The shelter is open today from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. All right, Raphael, this is the question. Hopefully your wife and your family, they're not watching right now. Do you ever re-gift?
Well, I won't say because I work in television that everyone will know the answer, but we haven't picked our Secret Santa, so no comment. How about that?
That's smart. Okay, no comment. Well, if you do, it's okay. Don't be surprised if you get some gifts this year that aren't new.
You see, consumer trend watchers at B-Stock Solutions say the secondhand retail market it's growing by 21 times faster than other retail categories. Couple that with more awareness about making sustainable choices, and they say that many people might find pre-loved gifts under the tree. The most popular pre-loved resale gifts are designer bags, shoes, high-end watches, and denim. How about some ties and suits? That would kind of help me out. Regifting items from your own home could certainly fit into that trend as well. Just remember, so don't have an awkward moment, remember who gave you that gift first.
Oh,
that's key.
That would be very awkward.
The question will be for Alyssa Donovan, will her forecast come with a receipt to return? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. It's a pre-loved forecast. Okay. I really like that term. I really like that term. So today is going to be nice in terms of a day to shop. That's because we're going to see cloudy skies throughout the day. It's going to be dry for the most part. You won't feel bad about staying indoors and getting your shopping done. Temperatures this morning are starting in the 30s. You'll want a warmer jacket to start. We do have some light patchy drizzle happening just to the northwest of us right now. We're also seeing a little bit of sleet mixed in there. So if you are heading to the northwest along I-65 towards Lafayette, just be aware that you could see some slick roadways. Most of us, though, are starting dry this morning and we're going to stay dry throughout the day today. But what's going on is all of that cloud coverage we're going to see today is all ahead of this low pressure system. That's just off to our southwest right now. That's impacting areas like California today, bringing some snowfall there. And as that continues to build, that's going to start to track across the Midwest today. As it does, we'll start to see rain showers tonight and into tomorrow. And then we're also going to see a rain-snow mix on Sunday, and that's all from this deep and strong low pressure system that's going to be pulling some of that moisture in from the Gulf. So we're going to start this evening with seeing some just light showers to the southwest by about 9 or 10 p.m. And then overnight, we're really going to start to see that system move in. So expect those showers as you're sleeping this evening. And then when you wake up tomorrow morning, that's when we are going to see some of those heavier showers. And you can see this is going to be a widespread event that brings us that rain tomorrow. By the afternoon, potential of a little bit of convection and instability, which means we could see some thunderstorms in there. Not expecting severe weather, but the spots that see thunderstorms could see some stronger winds as well. So just be aware of that. This is going to be an active day tomorrow when it comes to weather. As the system passes, we're looking at about 1 to 2 inches of rainfall across the area, with some of those heavier amounts to the south of us, looking at about 1.5 inches for Columbus and down into Seymour, with just about 1 inch here in Indianapolis expected. And that's all on Saturday. By Sunday, we'll see a little bit of a break in the morning, and then we are going to see more rain move in the afternoon. And then the possibility of that switching to snow, and that's just because that tail end, the back end of that front, is going to move in and pass across Indiana, bringing us that colder air as well, which means the potential of some rain-snow mix in there. Today, though, it's going to be a quiet day and just a cloudy day, starting with some of that patchy fog, or patchy drizzle rather. Temperatures in the 30s, climbing into the 40s this afternoon. Looking ahead to tomorrow, that's when we see that rain move in. Rain-snow mix possible late Sunday, and then that cold front passes, and we are going to start Monday morning pretty chilly.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. No issues on your roads this Black Friday. Here's a live look in the downtown area. I-65, a view from St. Clair Street. Traffic here between the north and south splits is traveling up to speed.
A Good News Friday is next, and some Hoosiers got to take their talents on the road for Thanksgiving. You'll hear how they brought a giant sound to the streets of Philadelphia. Visit the Hiring Hoosiers job board. You know the music, you know the time. The end of the week is here, and we want to start the first weekend of the holiday season with some good news to put a smile on your face.
And we're going to start with some sweet sounds out on the streets, as one high school band took its show on the road for Thanksgiving Day. The Marching Giants from Ben Davis High School, they're on the streets of Philly. Ben Davis's band had the honor of being part of the big centennial celebration, the 100th anniversary of the Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day Parade. Congrats to them. That's a big honor.
That is big time. All right, Ben Davis. It's a message that reminds us of what the holidays are really all about. A Pennsylvania man and disabled veteran told a TV station that he spends holidays and his birthday alone every single year. So on Thanksgiving, more than 100 people, mostly strangers, came together to spend time with Carl Braun. The 60-year-old lives by himself, and he made his statement about being lonely during a call-in segment on WNEP TV in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He says it was flooded with calls from people who wanted to help. So they arranged for Braun to go to a park where he was surprised by a big crowd. There they are. He was invited to homes for both Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner, and many people even brought meals for Braun to take home. That is
so
good
cool.
people right there in PA. All right.
Very cool. Well, you may remember this story of Layla Anderson. She's the girl suffering from an immune system disorder who was the inspiration for the St. Louis Blues run to a Stanley Cup last season. She received a bone marrow transplant that saved her life, and very soon she's going to meet her donor for the very first time. Kenton Felmley is a sophomore at Kansas University and says that he became a donor because his dad had saved a life by donating bone marrow. For months, he didn't know who he had helped, but he recently found out that it was Layla. The two will meet face-to-face for the first time December 5th during a soiree for Be the Match in St. Louis. That's so cool. And it's so easy to sign up for the registry. It's just a cheek swab, so anyone can do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Save a life.
Save a life.
Come on.
So cool.
Look at that. We're on track together.
I know. All right, Alyssa, what can we expect in our forecast today and the weekend?
So today, as you head out the door, I know a lot of you are planning your Black Friday shopping today. We are going to see a little bit of a light drizzle this morning and then cloudy skies throughout the day. 42 degrees for the high. Tonight, we have a system moving in that's going to bring us rain showers throughout our Saturday, looking at 1 to 2 inches of rainfall possible, maybe a storm in the afternoon as well. And then Sunday, the colder air moves in. That means rain and then possibly snow Sunday night.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. And thank you guys for joining us on this Black Friday. We'll be back throughout Good Morning America.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday morning.